They are empathetic. They are good domestic managers. They are subtle in their approach of things. They are talented, that we know. They are willing to keep the environment around them peaceful. And I believe if you have a woman around you, you will find that she's an embodiment of all of these things. However, women are still taking the back seat in many aspects, and a whole lot of them continue to think the men folk should run the show. In the African diaspora, women with great talent have yielded in the name of making ends meet. So, if they were talented singers, dancers, writers, designers, instrumentalists, you name it, they have decided to let go of these skills because they put it, they do not bring food on the table. Wrong way of thinking. Well, some African women in Europe think women are bigger than this. It is high time they got out of the box and explore their passion, if not for money, at least for psychological balance. They are planning an upcoming conference to that effect. Dubbed the Assiduous Women International Conference, these comes together this come together takes place on February the 17th to the 18th. Ahead of that conference, the organizers are joining us on radio to talk about it. They will be yours in a moment. Meantime, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself. Welcome to Apex Snapshot, Women Empowerment Version. My name is Blessing Ekiko.
And of course, my name is Ernest Kanjo, welcoming you to this fresh edition of Snapshots, reaching you live from Apex One Radio. And like Blessing said, we will be receiving some African women residents in Europe who decided to bring their folks together and tell them that they can do it and that they have the potential. The Assiduous women are our guests in today's edition of the show. And without much ado, I will just bring them to the platform. Then they can start telling us their story. All right, so at exactly 28 minutes past 7 in Germany, which is 1:28 here in Columbus, Ohio, let's say welcome to our first guest who now joins us, Quincy Bell. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Ernest. Hello, blessings. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here tonight.
It is a great honor having you on the show today. And need I say, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. So you are too.
Oh, thank you. Ernest, you look handsome before you feel like we left you out. All right.
How is SN today, Quincy?
Yes, SN is very beautiful today, even though the weather is somehow kind of playing on us, but we are moving forward.
Definitely. Okay. Well, you are not here alone. You've come with your bevy of ladies, and you guys are ready to tell us what is up to. Well, let's bring the second guest on board. Esther Sammson now joins us at exactly 1:29, which is 7:29 out there in Germany. Esther, welcome to the program. How are you today?
I'm doing well. And how are you?
We're doing good.
I love the tender voice. How are you?
Thank you, Esther. It's an honor to be here.
It's a great pleasure having you.
So from which city are you speaking?
I'm speaking from Mulheim an der Ruhr.
Okay. And how far is that from the capital, Berlin?
I think you should be about 5 hours if you drive. And if you take the train, I think about 3.5 hours or 4 hours.
Wow.
Okay, that's interesting. Wow. Thank you for joining us on the show. Time for us to bring the third guest on board, Evangelist Augustina, who now joins us at exactly 7:30 p.m. her time. Augustina, welcome to the program. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you. And you?
We are good. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank
It
you
is
for
a
having
pleasure
me.
having you.
Pleasure.
Okay. All right, so we have them here. Progressively, others will be joining. Noelle, Ngassa will be yours shortly as well. As soon as she's ready, we'll bring her on board. Well, for those of you out there listening to Apex One, just thank you so much for joining us. Okay, maybe we should just take it around with the ladies. They introduce themselves. Quickly.
Yes.
All right.
We do know that you are you carry a heavy portfolio, so we would love for you to do us the honors by letting us know what you would love our viewers and listeners to know out of that huge bag of um, skills that you have. Maybe we start with the very beautiful Quincy Bell.
Yes, thank you so much, Blessing. Of course, I'm Quincy Bell. I'm based here in Germany. I'm a gospel artist. I'm also a prophetess. I was ordained recently into this field or into this ministry. And also, I'm an author, I'm a mother, I'm a wife. And what's that? Of course, I'm the visionary of the Assiduous Women International Conference. I'm a psychotherapist by profession. And what's that again? Yeah. So as time goes on, we get to unfold it gradually, gradually. So let others also introduce themselves.
We will definitely unfold gradually as others take the restroom to
That's
talk
right.
about themselves as well.
Yeah.
Esther, can we know you more?
Yes, thank you for the honor. My name is Esther Sammson, and I was born and raised in Kano State in Nigeria. I've been living in Germany for over 11 years.
Hmm.
I studied international relations and strategic studies. I'm also an author, a personal development coach. I write self-help books, novellas, editorials, and I organize creative events. And I'm also the co-founder of House of Mercy Network Foundation. We do various projects ranging from feeding projects to helping youth to pay school fees, to renovating an orphanage and helping pregnant women with our mother and child sunshine project.
Wow, that's
Thank you.
interesting.
Like I said, wearing many hats and doing great at it.
Thank you.
All right, that's beautiful. Augustina is live here with us. Maybe just tell us more about herself before we continue.
Yeah,
Augustina.
yeah. By His grace, I'm an author, an evangelist, and I'm a mom also. And I work in the healthcare. I'm a healthcare professional, and currently I'm studying. I'm studying social psychology at the university here in Padua. I live in Padua, Italy, with my children.
Okay.
Wow. We
Oh,
have
that's
a
interesting.
good cream of psychotherapists,
Hmm.
psychologists in the house. So I think we may have a counseling session very soon.
All right. All right. And the first guest is now joining us, Noelle Ngassa. Noelle, how are you doing today? Thanks and welcome to
I'm
the program.
fine. I'm fine. Thank you
Okay.
for the invitation. I'm so happy to be here.
Right.
Thank
So you
you.
just joined us at a time when we were trying to know ourselves better. So our listeners would probably like to know a little bit about you before we continue.
Okay, I will try. You know, my English is not very good.
You
But
can
let
you can
me
proceed
try.
in French.
You can speak in French.
So I am Noelle Ngassa. I live in Germany, in Darmstadt. I am a mom, and I am an image consultant.
Mhm.
So I
Mm.
help women to liberate her style and shine. I help her to liberate their potential. Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. Your English is good.
Mm.
Hey, thank you.
But feel free to
Speak
speak
in
in French.
French so she can better
Oui.
express herself.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
We
I
even
Parle
have
can.
en
Okay.
français.
we have listeners in Germany, and even if you speak in German, there's no problem with that.
Exactly.
We'll
And
transcribe for
that's
you.
also nice. Okay. No, I can speak in French if it's
Okay.
okay. So,
Right. So for those of you just joining us, thank you. This is Apex One Radio. We're broadcasting live from the United States of America. The show is Snapshot. The edition is the one on February the 3rd. The version is Women Empowerment. And so we're talking about women today ahead of the 2023 Assiduous Women International Conference, which comes up on February the 17th and the 18th this year. Right. So maybe we'll just start by asking you ladies to tell us how you got into this women's movement thing. Have you ever belonged to a typically women's association, a women's group that would have inspired all of what you're doing today? Maybe we'll begin with Evangelist Augustina.
That's great.
Well, actually, I've never been into any women's group,
Okay.
but I've always loved to be an inspiration to other women, using my story, using what I have been through, I've gone through, what I've passed, my personal experience that was not all that easy. I believe that our story could be someone else, a lifeguard. So, and
That's true.
as a mom raising 5 children here in Europe, I believe that my life could help someone else out there. And it has always been in my heart to, share my thoughts, share my experience with other women. And I have known Quincy Bell for a long, long time, here in Italy before she finally, relocated to Germany. And she knows my heart. She knows that this is what I have always wanted to do. But sometimes when you don't have the right environment, when you don't have the right platform, if you are not very lucky, that seed of vision or dream could die with you.
That's right.
And that is what, when she came up with this Assiduous Woman, I love the topic. I love it so much. It says a lot about what we are trying to represent today, to I don't want to go straight deep because it's like I'm going ahead of her.
Okay.
From the
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm rushing into the main topic already. So let me just.
Yeah. All right. I think we can just cue in Quincy Bell since you mentioned her already, so we get to know how she got into all of this women empowerment and all.
Yes, actually, I have never got myself involved in any women group since I've been growing. And but I've always seen women have their conferences and do their women empowerment groups and all that. For many years back, I've always dreamed to see how I can have the possibility to share my story to other women, where I'm coming from, the process of my journey, what I've been through, and some of the mistakes I did. And by God's grace, this 2023, I decided to bring out the seed in me, just like Augustina said. And I was just sitting back and some months back, and I was telling my husband, I've had this passion in me, and I don't know how I can term it, but I don't want to do something which is already out there, something which people are already doing, I want to be unique in what I'm doing. And I want to do something that is really going to make impact in the lives of women, because we have too many women conference, we have too many women empowerment. So what is that thing that you have in your heart, which is different and but particular, that is about to save a woman, or that is about to inspire a woman? So I spoke to my husband, and I was just going through the dictionary, and I'm like, okay, then I fell on the word assiduous, which simply means diligent, which simply means meticulous. which simply means studious, which simply means prayerful, educative. In fact, and I was like, wow, I think this could be a good should I say name or theme for this, or no, not theme,
Mm-hmm.
because a theme is different from that. And then I brought it up. I have come in contact with many women who are very assiduous. And but this first edition 2023, I thought of starting with these women here who are on the
Okay.
platform, and some few of them who couldn't make it today. And the first person that came to my mind was Augustina.
Mm.
I call her big sister. I've known her all my life in Germany. In fact, in Europe, all my life, I lived in Europe for more than 12, 13 years. She has been a great inspiration in my life. And her story actually is one of the stories I would love the world to hear,
Mm.
combined together with my story. And this is what actually pushed me to bring up the Assiduous Women Conference. It is actually aimed at bringing back women to their original place in pursuing their passions, such as careers, dreams, talents, fulfilling their purpose, and evolving.
Okay.
So a woman is called to, break limitation and come out from the blockages, come out from the stigmas, come out from the taggings, and not just sit back at home and do the housewife thing, but to be able to, explode and explore that which they have in them, that which God has placed in them. And so that's why I came up with this conference.
The founder of the Assiduous Women Concept, Quincy Bell, speaking the live from Germany, ahead of the first edition of the conference, which comes up later this month. We're speaking with the organizers of that conference. Noelle, tell us about how you got into women's stuff. Have you ever belonged to a group of women, you know? Give us that information.
Ok. Je vais commencer déjà par dire que euh, j'ai déjà fait partie de beaucoup de groupes de femmes. Hein. C'est déjà aussi une mission qui brûle à l'intérieur de moi, vraiment, de voir des femmes libérer leur potentiel, de voir les femmes vraiment affirmer leur potentiel, de voir les femmes prendre leur
Mm.
place dans les nations, prendre leur place dans leur famille, prendre leur place en société. Et
Mhm.
c'était vraiment pour moi un plaisir. En tout cas, je ne peux pas dire que je connaissais Quincy, non. Je l'ai connu au travers d'une amie. Et, et lorsque Quincy m'a abordé, qu'elle m'a dit, bon, ouais, en tout cas, j'aime bien ce que tu fais et j'aimerais bien que tu interviennes à cette conférence. Je me suis dit, why not? Parce que je pense aussi que le style qui est bien souvent négligé est aussi une clé pour briser les limitations. Parce qu'une
Mm.
femme qui libère son style, c'est une femme qui a libéré sa personnalité. Parce que c'est ça le style à la fin de la journée. Le style, ce n'est pas forcément le vêtement comme on nous a fait croire. Le style, c'est ta personnalité que tu vas exprimer au travers de tes vêtements. Ça veut dire que tu vas choisir aller à la découverte de toi-même, à la découverte de ton identité, à la découverte de tes valeurs. Et
Mm.
c'est tout un travail, quoi. Parce que pour arriver à cet état, il faut vraiment que tu brises plusieurs limitations, que tu fasses table rase avec le passé, que tu fasses table rase vraiment avec le manque d'estime de toi-même, que tu apprennes à t'aimer. Et je me suis dit, non, non, ça c'est vraiment une opportunité de réveiller encore mes sœurs en Allemagne, parce que il ne faut pas qu'on se mente et tout. On est arrivé ici avec beaucoup de difficultés. Tout ce que les femmes peuvent rencontrer pendant la journée, ça fait que chacun est rentré dans sa coquille. Et je pense qu'avec cette conférence, on aura vraiment la possibilité de permettre à une femme de ôter le voile de ses yeux, de lui permettre de sortir de sa coquille et de prendre sa place également dans cette nation. Donc,
Wow.
c'est un peu c'est ce que je peux, je peux dire pour moi. Je suis très contente de cette initiative. God bless you.
That's really incredible. From what I gather, there is a general push to this team coming together, like seeing that each one of you have an experience which can definitely serve as a lifeguard to the women out there, just as evangelist mentioned. Evangelist Augustina said her life is serving as a lifeguard to some other woman out there, some other woman out there. And we clearly can see that the visionaire is none other than Quincy Bell, who has put together this team. You mentioned briefly what inspired this. So, can we look at how long, first and foremost, that this team have been together? This might be the first edition, but how long has your connection been to bring you to this moment?
Yes. Actually, we have not connected that long. Like
Okay.
Madame Ngassa just said, I recently just knew her through a friend. I think that last month, the friend told me that
Wow.
Quincy, we see that you are a public figure. We see that you are you're gospel artist. I know a friend who is actually an image specialist, and
Mm,
because you appear in the public, this friend can help. She can help to just define your style and make you be unique in whatever style you have, and the
mm-hmm.
way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way different colors, how to mix them as a lady, so you
Yeah.
don't just appear in public
Like a
anyhow.
rainbow.
Exactly. So that was how she got me connected to Madame Gassa. And
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, wow, I'm bringing up the Assiduous Women International Conference. And I don't
Mm,
just want it to be just religious, because of course I'm a Christian, I'm a believing woman. But I don't
yes.
just want it to be just the prayer kind of conference that we always see out there. I want
Okay.
it to be a balance, and I want to see an equity in the conference.
Mm,
So that's when I contacted her, and she was very happy to be part of the women for the first edition. And as for Dr. Esther, I have known her for a while now in Germany. I think this should be more than 5 years or 4 years.
mm.
And I've worked with her before. I always have the opportunity to have her invited on some of my shows. So we
Okay.
have connected. I've connected with Dr. Esther for some time. And Augustina, like I said earlier, I've known her for more than 13 years now.
Wow.
I lived in Germany before, and so we've connected so much. She's like a big sister. And the other women as well who are not here tonight, some of them we've connected for a long time, and some of them, thanks to God, this conference is bringing us together.
As you mentioned, let me go back to Esther, since you mentioned her earlier.
Yeah.
Esther, tell us how you got on this movement, talking about women, trying to empower women and so on. Could you just give us your background in this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mine, I think I would say it started actually in 2015
Mhm.
when my mom and I started our foundation, the House of Mercy Network Foundation. And so the main thing we started with a house fellowship. And we're inviting women to my house here in Germany, whereby we pray with them, we counsel them. And so after a while, we then started a bigger initiative in Nigeria. And so it was all about widows in 2018 because we felt that in that area, the mortality rates of widows were actually on the decline. And so
Mhm.
I thought, how could we help them? Because of the
Okay.
stigmatization for most widows, they die, and so they are stigmatized as bad omen. Their husbands died, and perhaps they were the reason for it. And so
Mm,
many of them chased out of their houses. And many of them were dying due to hunger. And so we started sharing raw meals to help these women, widows. And so it went on. And so the unraveling began. And during the meetings, we have young girls that will come. And these young girls, they were also hungry. Some were selling their bodies, prostitution for food. And so it was a way to take them out of what they were doing and
mm,
also help them with food and also help them, perhaps those who would like to go to school, to help to pay their fees or teach them how to help themselves. by, I believe so much in vocational studies. Most people believe you only have to go to the university. But if you are poor and you are living in squalor and you cannot afford the tuition fee, then what do you
Yeah.
have in? Have definitely a skill that can help you fetch some cash for you to
Right.
be able to improve yourself in one way or the other, and perhaps later in life, then go to the higher university with the funds that you have gotten from this vocational training, these skills in you. So that was how the journey started with empowering women. And in Germany, I've only been in one women's empowerment group. I was mentoring under Dr. Bridget Ponko. She's an amazing lady. I learned a lot from her, and I was able to connect with other people from various countries, like people from Iran, from Syria, and yeah, we're able to help each other grow in various ways and network together
Mm.
as we enhance our various skills. So that's how my empowerment story began.
It's been quite a journey. And we must say kudos for all the work already done. This is a great resource person for this conference.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much for sharing with us that wonderful journey there. It only tells us that there is quite a lot that this conference is going to be delivering come 17th and 18th of February 2023. All right then. So I know we did mention this briefly earlier. Bert, can we go back to it? That's coming back to you, Quincy Bell.
Yep.
Coming back to you as the vision bearer. Let's just fall back and then maybe expatiate a little. The motivation for this. I know every woman coming on this team has their personal objective, but then it comes together to meet a main objective. So, what first and foremost was that inspiration? What motivated this? And then we can now understand what the mission of the group is.
Yeah, actually, what motivated this vision is just a passion I have based on my
Okay.
story, where I'm coming from, and listening to many other women, their story, and what they've been through or what they're going through. I
Mm.
actually realized that if we have the possibility to share our stories to the world, then we're gonna really be saving a lot of lives. We're
That's
gonna
right.
be bringing transformation in the lives of many women. So the motivation behind this actually for me is first of all where I'm coming from.
Okay.
I'm coming from a very, very humble background, and I've been through a lot in my life. At a
Mm.
point, I felt like I was almost giving up. Even though I'm an artist, I'm a gospel artist who travel a lot and give life to people. And sometimes I'm on the stage and I'm singing and I'm blessing people, but these people actually don't know what I am actually going through. As
Mm. Mm.
as as
That's
as
right.
a woman, as a
That's
woman.
right.
So you can be giving life to others, but actually you are dying. So
Mm.
I at a point of my life, it's like I was giving life to others, but I was depressed. I was giving life to others, but I was dealing with anxiety. I was
Wow.
dealing with fear. I was dealing
Wow.
with insecurity, with complex. Um, um, Based on my story, where I'm coming from, also back from Italy, I've been stigmatized a lot. So
Mm.
there's been a lot in me that at a certain point when I got my healing, when I got
Mm.
my deliverance,
Yeah.
the Spirit of God was telling me, why don't you share your story out there? Because your story is like a testimony. And many women will be going through maybe the same thing. And if you share it, if you bring women who also have their own story, what they've been through, their journey, the process,
Yeah.
you could be delivering some women who are dying of depression. You
That's
could be
right.
delivering some women who are dying of anxiety, who are being abused, who are being who are suffering from emotional abuse, psychological abuse, emotional distortion. So for me, Blessing, I believe that women have great potentials because I know the potentials I have myself, Quincy.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, some years back, it's like these potentials were dying. It's like these potentials, this creativity, these skills in me, they were dying. You know
That's
why?
right.
Because of what I went through and what I've been going through. you know so I believe that with all these great potentials women have in them, divine abilities, which which has not been maximized, if we bring such a conference and we bring women together to be able to speak to other women, women who have been able to come out from the things they went through, and now
Yeah.
they are making impact, now they are evolving, now they are
Mm-hmm.
giving life. And if they
Mm-hmm.
share their stories with other women, and these women hear where they are coming from, this could bring much change in our cities, in our
Yeah.
nations, and even the world at large.
That's
So
right.
I think this was really my motivation, and I've been driven by all of this passion. I want to see women come together. I want to see women come out from um, abuses. I want to see women explore their talents. Get
Yeah.
into their career, get into their dreams. I want to see women fulfill their dreams, their purpose. Women have a lot of great abilities. Can you imagine, Blessing?
Yeah.
Look at Madame Ngassa, what she's
Yes.
doing actually. You don't know the life she's giving to women out there.
That's
I'm in
right.
a group. I'm in a group that she just got me integrated. And there are many women she's saving their marriages actually,
Mm. Mm.
because of just being an image specialist.
Specialist.
There are many women that maybe their husband already saw them like they are neglecting themselves, they're
Yes.
neglecting their bodies, and maybe
Yes.
the husband will go out there to go and chase other women, not
Yeah.
because those other women,
A
they are more
prettier
pretty.
or
Yeah,
better.
exactly, they are prettier than their wives, but because these women or their wives are not able to take care of themselves, they
Yeah.
are not
Mm.
able to look beautiful. And
Mm.
so
Mm-hmm.
she's saving marriages with this. And somebody may simplify that, but she's actually saving lives.
That's impeccable. That's definitely impeccable.
The story of the woman who needs to assert herself, who needs to, believe in her potentials, and those stories will be told come February the 17th and February the 18th.
18.
And like Quincy said, sharing is caring. So when you share those stories, those stories will inspire other women, and they will move from where they are sitting and start walking. I start walking the
Yes.
talk. Okay. This is Apex One Radio. We're live from the city of Columbus in the United States of America. And the show is produced from Valsut in Germany by Marcel Agit. And in the studio, we are two of us. There is,
Blessing Ekiko.
and of course, Ernest Kanjo. Right. So we'll take a break, a very short break. When we come back, we'll talk about some women's issues
Yeah.
because uh, something must have inspired this conference, and that's what she's been telling us. But I think women's issues go beyond this our conversation and even go beyond the conference. We'll talk about those issues after we take this short break.
You choose song.
All right, so we are going to we're not going to listen to this piece of music in its entirety. I guess we'll do something milder, something much more subtle, and it's going to be a piece done by Quincy Bell, a couple of years ago. Champion. Let's go. What a beautiful piece of music there by Quincy Bell, titled Champion. Well, music released so many years ago, not so many years ago, I guess 2018. Well, let her remind us when she comes back on the airways. It has brought the time to 3 minutes past 2 here in the studio of Apex One Radio. If you are just joining us, then thank you so much and welcome on board. We're speaking with the Assiduous women ahead of their conference, which comes up later this month. And Quincy is here with us, Esther is here, Augustina is here. The show continues on Apex One Radio, produced by Maxwell Adjut and hosted in the studio by Blessing Ekiko and
Ernest Kanjo.
all right.
All right, then. So before we went for this little musical interlude, which of course is done by our very own Quincy Bell, champion. When I listened to it, I was like, okay, this would be a very good one to play during the program because we have the champion herself here. Is there a female? Is there a female version of the word champion? Championese, championniere. I'm just trying things. Anyway, we have the champion here, and of course, women can be champions if only they are taught how.
Mhm.
And I believe that's why we have this conference.
Right.
So let's look at this. The scholarization rather of the girl child used to be a major social crisis in Africa. We used to know that some girls are not even permitted to go to school in some cultures, and in others they can, but it's limited. They are not expected to go beyond a certain level. However, we seem to see many more girls going to school today. Is that what you have noticed, or you think much work still has to be done in this specific domain? Let's have you, Madam Augustine, Evangelist Augustine.
Um, that was also one of the experiences from my own part, because I come from Nigeria. And I thank God that all those things has changed. It is no longer like, for example, from my own family. I speak from my own, personal experience. From my own family, where all of my sisters and brothers, they all went to school. Most of them graduated. Thank God for that, and they are not into early marriage as ourselves. So, but yeah, it is something that is happening, unfortunately, in most parts of Africa today, where girls are not allowed to. It's like investing in a girl child is kind of a waste,
Yes,
because
some people see that as a waste.
because the male child is the one that is expected to carry on the name of the family, the lineage. So now the girl on her own side will be married out. So
Married off.
why invest in her? It's a waste of money. It's waste of resources.
I'm sure in
But
Nigerian pigeon they'll say, why we go do that kind of thing?
you understand. You understand. But I thank God that many people are still not aware of this.
Okay.
That there's, for example, I have 5 girls, and I came from a family where my father does not differentiate between a female child or a male child.
Male child,
You
yeah.
give us equal opportunity. It depends on you to prove yourself, So I count myself lucky. I count my family lucky. But yeah, so many families, there are girls who don't have that privilege, don't have that opportunity to be educated, and it's affecting us in Africa. Exactly.
All right, just to follow up on this, when you spoke earlier, you mentioned that given that this aspect has changed in the community, we no longer have aspects of early marriages. Now, given that that's true, let's look at early marriages vis-a-vis late marriage now in relation to scholarization of the girl child. You find that some people in the African context will look at a woman who is scholarized or educated to a certain level. Let's not go far. I am studying a I'm doing a doctorate, and I'm completing with my research right now. You will find a statement that comes in: if you overstudy, you will not find a man to marry you because
Exactly.
men will be scared of you. So in the past, without schooling much, there's early marriage. Would we say that scholarization now is the birth of late marriages? And is it a problem at all?
Well, to me, I don't think it's a problem. It all depends on the family where you find yourself. We don't choose our families, No one chooses who is going to be their parents.
Their father or
Unfortunately,
mother, yeah.
so many girls are born into families where they don't have that opportunity. But I don't believe that it's a bad idea to train your child. I married at the age of 16. But
Okay.
I
Wow.
continued my education later on, and I'm still studying. Even at the age of 50, I'm still studying, and I made sure that my children, they
Can
have
attain the level they want
education.
to.
Exactly. But it depends on the family. It depends on the family. Many girls don't have that opportunity, and they were married early, and it ended up there. They never had the opportunity to take back their studies. You know,
Okay.
they were kind of abandoned to their fate, raising up children, because early marriage means becoming mother at a tender age. And then if you don't have that opportunity, I mean financially, you don't have opportunity, financial support, how can such a person cope? You can have the dream of going back to school, but the first priority goes to your children. Your first priority goes to your children. So how can such a person cope? How can such a person, if you don't have financial support? So it all depends. It has to be weighed and balanced. But I don't think that is the cause of, late marriages. So many things can contribute to late marriage. So many people, like for example, from my own hometown, I've seen people who are not educated, yet they are not married, even in their late 40s. And I've seen people who are also educated, and yet they got married. So it all depends. I don't think it's a bad idea to
train up a girl child to the level of education that they can get to. Okay, I just thought to bring that up because it's a reality in our community.
Exactly.
Beautiful. You're listening to Apex Snapshots. Beautiful conversation here with the ladies who are looking up to their conference, which is coming up later this month. Let me go to Noelle. Noelle, you are an image specialist who builds up this morale in women that they can do it. Yet, like we mentioned earlier, women are so talented. We find scores of women who have incredible talents out there.
Yeah.
But at some point, they seem to always retract and go to the background and say, "Okay, let the men do it." So, what causes women to retreat, to want to always occupy the back seat? What is that thing that always makes them to, not to come out all the time?
Voilà. D'abord, je pense que ça dépend un peu du contexte. Si cette femme est religieuse, parce que ça commence par là, lorsqu'on est religieuse, on veut, pas forcément religieuse, qu'on croit en Dieu, on aimerait être soumis. Hein? Bon, beaucoup appellent ça un peu de la soumission. Et oui, beaucoup appellent ça de la soumission et tout, mais à la fin de la journée, elles sont en train de mourir intérieurement. Parce que la bonne soumission commence lorsque tu comprends exactement d'abord la définition de la soumission.
Okay.
Et pour beaucoup de femmes, c'est juste déjà, OK, Dieu a demandé que je sois soumise, je vais te soumettre. C'est-à-dire tout ce que mon mari va dire, c'est lui le chef. Et ce qui n'est pas mal, ce qui est très bien, c'est lui le chef, c'est lui qui dirige. Mais seulement, on oublie souvent qu'en laissant l'autre diriger, on oublie qu'on est appelé à être l'aide de l'autre qui doit diriger. Okay. Et si tu dois être une bonne aide pour celui qui doit diriger, tu dois être capable d'être à ses côtés. Et cela demande que tu ailles devant. Cela demande que tu... Et quand je demande prendre le devant, ça ne veut pas dire que c'est toi qui vas te mettre à diriger. Ça veut juste que tu vas utiliser le pouvoir de cette soumission, qui est très souvent la douceur, qui est très souvent la féminité dans la maison. C'est pour ça que je lutte aussi pour ça, pour que les femmes apprennent à reconnecter avec leur féminité, apprennent à reconnecter un peu avec la douceur. Hein? Et tu vas te permettre, tu vas même permettre à cet homme, très souvent même, de te laisser parler. Beaucoup de femmes me disent, non, mon mari ne m'écoute pas. En tout cas, c'est lui le chef, on le suit.
Oui.
Hein? S'il dit on va à gauche, on va à gauche. S'il dit, en tout cas, mais au fond, quand je cause avec plus, c'est déjà... Mais Noé, il ne connaît même pas la direction. J'ai l'impression que chaque fois qu'on parle, on va se cogner. Mais comme c'est Dieu qui a dit que c'est lui le chef, on va le laisser être le chef, on va le laisser nous diriger. Mais Dieu aussi a dit que tu dois être son aide.
Oui.
Et que pour être son aide, tu as besoin de marcher dans cette soumission. Et la vraie soumission commence d'abord, mais quand tu es soumise à Dieu.
C'est ça.
Quand tu es soumise à celui qui t'a demandé d'être soumise, c'est où la vraie soumission commence. C'est lui maintenant qui va diriger même le cœur de ton époux dans la maison.
You know, some time ago, we had a statement. Someone said, that when you say you're submitting does not mean that you lose yourself.
Mhm.
And so, and when you say you are collaborating in marriage does not mean that you're taking, the woman is taking the position
Mhm.
of the man. I love the way you explain it, because the idea of submission has to be further
Right.
explained and
Yeah,
understood by women when it comes to marriages. And clearly,
yeah.
like you said, it's one of the reasons we are losing ourselves, because it's like the
Mm-hmm,
man takes the lead. You are the one who is supposed to do everything, and I'm
mm-hmm.
just there to take care of the home. But
Yes.
the
Mm-hmm.
definition of taking care of the home is sometimes misunderstood. So I just wanted
Yeah.
to, like, so that our English viewers out there can get a
Ah,
little
okay. Yeah.
summary of what
Okay.
she's trying to tell us out there.
That was beautifully
Mm-hmm.
put.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are just joining us, thank you so much. This is Apex Snapshots on Apex One Radio. We're speaking with a bevy of ladies who are live from Europe. Quincy is in Germany, just like Noelle and Esther. Then we have Augustina, who is speaking live from Italy.
Yes. Let's come to Dr. Esther. She has a very soft voice, so let me ask her in a very soft way. Mhm. So, no, no, no. My voice is always like this. So let me not try to be you. All right, you from your journey, from what you've been doing from 2015, 2018, and working with widows, working with women back in Nigeria, over there in Germany, you must have maybe come across women who have economical challenges that have caused them to probably lose themselves or just give up on certain dreams and visions, and maybe venture into things that were not best for them. Like you mentioned, some girls who will be practicing prostitution because
Yes.
they needed to get some financial dependence or support. So, would you say poverty has a heavy toll on women? Yet there are ways they can fight this social vice? And if so, is that something you ladies work on in your various ways of promoting your kind, which is women, of course?
Thank you very much, Blessing, for that question. Yes, I will say poverty is one of a huge challenge that many women face in
Mm-hmm.
Germany and also in many other parts of Africa and the world.
Mm-hmm.
And most people come here, they leave the African continent because they are searching for greener pastures, and
Yes.
sometimes they are misinformed. You're coming from there, you're misinformed, and you think, oh, once I get to this foreign country, things will get better, my life will change, and then
Ye-
all of a sudden you find yourself perhaps in the day job or the night job, the prostitution. And for
Mhm.
those who were not prostituting in their country and were perhaps they were academics, or maybe they went to the polytechnic, or maybe they went to secondary school. When they
Yes.
come here, and because they are misinformed, they think, okay, then I will just sell my body and then I will
Mm.
be able to feed myself. But I think there is a way out. I think it's also about informing yourself. I remember in 2012, I went through a terrible divorce and I
Mm.
landed in the women's home with my son then. And things were really terrible for me, but I knew that there was a way out. I was really
Yeah.
depressed. So I started asking. And like I said, information, once you do your research and you begin to ask, definitely the language might be a barrier, but people who have been here before and ask, where can I get help? I will go, where, okay, I'm going to the social um, government, the system, the organizations, the Red
Yeah.
Cross, ask them, I'm new here, I need
Mm.
help, perhaps I need to learn the language. How can
Mm-hmm.
I recognize my results? Or I did not go to school. I would
Yes.
like to go back to secondary school. Is there an option or an opportunity for me to further my studies? These are
That's right.
always, it's all about, I think, opening your mind
Mm.
and saying, you know what, selling my body is not the last option. Definitely, I might have to clean toilets. I cleaned toilets for a long time, and as I was
Wow.
cleaning the toilets with my baby, sometimes I clean the toilet, my baby backed on my back. I clean the
Mm.
toilet, and I still go and I ask. I studied international relations. How can I
Yeah.
recognize my result? I would like to study again. You know, people that were there before, they were here and they also went through this perilous time. I went to them and I told them, wow, I admire you so much. I love
Yeah.
what you've done in your life. How can you help me? I need you to hold my hands and walk me through that tunnel. So, definitely, poverty is always a horrible thing. But once we get the right information, we go out there, we connect ourselves to people who know this information, the right one,
Mm-hmm.
not the wrong one.
That's
For
right.
example, I'm in a group, it's called African Mommy in Germany, and I think the lady is coming to also speak at the conference. You know,
That would
on
be
that,
remarkable.
shares a lot of informations that will help ladies from Africa to know that
Mm.
I don't need to come to Germany to get pregnant for someone just
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
my
It's like that's the
resident.
last resort.
Yes, because
Yes.
pregnancy, getting pregnant for just anyone opening my legs should not be the last result. Because at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, you will get pregnant, then you start hating the child, and there is violence, and then one day the child will be taken away
Mm-hmm.
from you. And then you ask, why do I hate this child so much? It's
Mm.
My
because
God.
child was a kind of collateral for you to be able
Yes.
Yes.
to stay and find your bearing in this land. But it's not supposed to be like that because you were misinformed.
Mm-hmm.
You were misinformed, unfortunately, and also you also did not put yourself out there to ask these questions to continue going, even if you can't speak the language, even if they spit in your face, they laugh at you, go to the next one and shoot the gun beaten. I
Yes.
remember days I
Yeah.
couldn't really speak, but I was like, you know what, I will not give up. I don't care. I sometimes I did not have money for Pampers, but
Yeah.
I continued until I was able to study. And I think women, we have a lot of potentials. It's unfortunate that we have bad government, but as well we should not blame only the government for the issues that is at hand. We have to put in more efforts. We
Thank you.
have to, like I said, go to the right places and search for the right informations.
That's
Information.
right. So taking responsibility for
Exactly.
the knowledge we need is one of the things that women should pay attention to. And the blame game is definitely not the game that we want to be playing if we
Yes.
hope to make it. I see Quincy Bell seriously clapping there when she heard about the ripple effect
Mhm.
of taking the aspect of getting taken in for a citizen or so
Mhm.
in the country just so that you can get yourself situated. We no longer pay attention to the ripple effect of that. We just
Mhm.
look at the immediate results we are looking for. Quincy Bell, is there something you wanted to chip into that?
I just love Dr. Esther. She's so amazing. And
Mm,
actually, what she's been saying has just been, I can't wait for the conference because
Mhm.
most of us who landed in Germany, I, for one, did a lot of mistakes and we were not
mm,
informed. You know,
mm.
what she said is very important. I came in Germany, that was 2015. And
Yes.
can you imagine from 2015, 2016,
Mhm.
2017, 2018? I
3 years.
was just going to and fro with wrong informations. Like the people
Ouch.
whom I was going to them to get information actually were not the right people,
Ouch.
you know. And because of the language barrier, you know, sometimes we give excuses, sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
just complain, sometimes we
Mm.
sit back. You know, I actually studied bilingual letters in Cameroon, and
Okay.
I have a first degree in linguistics. You
Mm.
know, coming
My
here with
people.
such a certificate in Germany, their system is very different. You know, so you
Yes.
need to get the right information so that you can be able to get yourself into the system, get a good orientation, so that you can
Certainly.
be able to get your certificate translated. In fact, all what she said is so powerful, you know, and it took me so many years to be able to get myself with all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then we sit back and give excuses. We sit back and complain. And maybe sometimes we start cursing the land when the problem is not the land, the problem is us.
And
So
a lack
actually,
of
what
proper information.
exactly, lack of proper information. And mostly Africans, also some Africans, not all, are very lazy. When we travel to abroad, like here in Germany, you just think that you've entered paradise. And so things will just meet you in your home. Things will just fix themselves by themselves
Manna shall
without you,
fall.
exactly, without you making any efforts. You just want to sit back and brag, I'm in abroad. You send photos,
Mhm.
tell your people in Africa, I'm in abroad. And then time is going and
That's
the
right.
years are passing. Before you realize you have a baby, just like she said, you don't know how. Before
I
you
know.
realize you are already 40 years, you don't know how. And so time is going. And then you got so much great potentials in you that
But
the
you're
world
not
is waiting.
materializing any of them.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
powerful. That's powerful. Wow. Thank you so much for adding that.
Hmm. Wow. Wonderful, wonderful
The
conversation
only
there.
man in Seka, for those of you who've been to Cameroon, the only man in
Yeah.
Seka is like, okay, this women.
Let the women speak. Let the women speak. I'm liking it though. Well, this is Apex One Radio. This is Snapshots. It's the edition of the 3rd of February 2023. We've been talking about women, but I
Mhm.
like to always uh, break them into two categories.
Mhm.
There is the African
Yes.
woman on the continent who lives on the continent. There is the African woman who lives in the diaspora.
Diaspora.
Their issues are completely different in most cases.
Mhm.
So if you have to summarize the African woman who lives in the diaspora, right, in maybe just one sentence, how would you describe her? Let's
Let's
go with
get to Dr.
let's
Esther. I think
let's
that would
go
be
with
The soft touch.
okay.
a soft touch.
Right. So describe the African woman who lives in the diaspora like
Like a summary of
yeah.
her.
Mhm.
Okay, am I going to describe it or should I give an idiom? I would say survival of the fittest.
Okay.
Ah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
And the reason why I ask this question is because when she is back on the continent and she has a whole lot of issues and she would think that part of the solution would be to travel abroad.
For
Now she
greener pastures.
now she comes abroad, then it's a whole
Mm,
maybe in Europe is better.
seemingly
In
better.
the United States of America is a completely I mean
It's a different ball game.
it's a different ballgame. A lot of issues, and for the past 2 3 years it's gone to an extent where women are losing their lives, you know they are committing suicide,
Mm.
um,
Yes.
Or be murdered.
or being murdered by their partners, and so it's just getting really crazy.
Survival of the fetus.
Mhm.
Please expatiate briefly. Because indeed, yes, Ernest just gave us, a little insight to that. But the African woman living in the continent is still seeing the African woman in the
As
diaspora
being in
as
paradise.
your life is okay, all is perfect for you. You are
Oh
in the
my God.
land flowing with milk and honey. In fact, you got into your land of Canaan already. But the African woman in Europe or in the diaspora, it's like if only you got here,
Right.
then you have a different explanation. And we have Dr. Esther telling us to summarize that is survival of the
For the fittest.
fetus. And
Yes, it's
can we
survival
now
of the
expatiate?
fittest. Yes, you have to deal with so many things, not only the male, but not only the female, but also the male. You
Mm,
deal with poverty, you deal with inequality, you deal with racism every day,
yes.
you deal with people, your family members, your friends thinking that you are a bank, and every
Mm-hmm.
time
You've
asking
made
you
it.
for money, and every time they are so entitled. when you don't send the money back home, then you are evil, then God punish you, you will not survive, and so many things. And all these things cause depression. The parents, some of the parents also are not willing to understand, because perhaps the mother, the father sold their lands for you to travel abroad and
That's
then
right.
to come back and help them, but not knowing that this child that you have sent to how many kilometers out of the Mediterranean, through the
Mm-hmm.
Mediterranean Sea, I don't know where, they need to survive. And it's
Mm.
kind of between life and death.
And that,
Many
exactly.
of them they land in the Azul camps. Some of them, if they are lucky and if they are people who are extremely motivated and gifted, before you know it, they start their journey a bit quicker, and then they're able to go to school, they're able to go to the to do
Yeah.
the training, and then they get a job, but still is not easy. And then when they get into those companies, the racism begins, and then the white man is asking, why is this black fool in this company trying to take my
My
job,
place.
because they feel that these jobs are only for white colored
White
people.
colors.
So it's not so easy. And I think many times I try to tell people back home, and I'm like, it's not easy, it's not what you think. Be careful. If you know you're going to come to the diaspora, for example, when my younger brother, he was trying to go to the UK to work, and I told him, I said, prepare
Mm-hmm.
yourself, a lot of money. Start applying for jobs from LinkedIn here now, because you studied, you have information, and that is it. That is it. I think perhaps maybe the younger ones now, the youths, are
Mm-hmm.
trying to research and say, okay, how can I make life a bit better for myself so I don't land on the streets, because it's cold
Mm.
and it's dangerous and so many
Yes.
things
C'est
can
pas encore
happen
fini.
Yes.
happen to me. So I think that is what life is in Europe for women, and many of them, if they are not careful, you see, they get into the wrong relationship, and already
Mm.
there, just like you the question you asked Mrs. Augustina the other
Augustina,
time.
yeah.
Yes, because sometimes when they go to Europe, they also start thinking time is running out. Oh, I need to get.
Yes.
Oh, I'm lonely. Are you really lonely? Or perhaps
That's
it's
the
just,
question.
are you really lonely? Or perhaps you're looking at
The
Quincy.
other.
Oh, she has a
Yes.
lovely child. She has a lovely husband. Oh,
Mm. When is it
you're
going to be my turn?
looking my turn. But is it actually about that? Because getting married to somebody, guess what? Yes, you are going to, you're like letting go of all your freedom. Are you ready for that journey now? Or you're going to first of all focus on yourself, be who God has called you to be, and then
Mm.
when it's right, the right time, the right person will come up. Like, yes, that is the
The right
person.
person. And
Yes,
not just the right person, but the one who can go with you on that purpose journey. Not
exactly. So
just someone you will be taking Mrs. to say, I
exactly.
now have the title of
So
Mrs. as well. So,
yes, so it's
no
not
one can talk to me anyhow.
exactly.
That's sometimes the mentality. And I love the fact that you spoke about loneliness being one
Yes,
of the reasons why we may jump into things like this. But I do
yes,
believe that loneliness is a state of the mind, and it
exactly.
depends on the things you are paying attention to. That's what
Yes,
makes you think you are lonely. We are really appreciating these experiences, given that some of them are your experiences, not from some other person's story, but what you have
exactly.
lived. And you are all African women in the diaspora. So let's look at this, given that we just had this mentioned. Um, you have mentioned already that there is this bureaucracy, and it's an obstacle to not just African women living abroad, but also African men. As regards exploring their other skills and interests, so why do you think these bureaucracies should worry when these bureaucrats rather should worry when they have white collar employment that can put enough food on their table? Maybe we address this to no. Quincy Bell has not spoken for a while.
No,
She
Augustina.
pushed the last
Augustina
one.
is
She
there.
pushed. Okay.
Augustina is back.
Oh,
So
it's true.
please,
She's back. Thank you.
yes.
Yes. So, why do you think these bureaucrats should even worry? Why do you think they should worry when they have white collar employments that can put enough food on their table? Is it just about getting the money, having the white collar job like in America here, where it's a rat race and everybody's running after money, work, and they have no time to build themselves? I don't know if you can get me. It's like
Augustina,
her
can you get
audio
us?
is off.
Okay, looks like
Okay, let's go with
she's
Dr. Esther.
disconnected.
I think
Looks like she's disconnected with us. Okay, let's have Dr. Esther go on that question, then I'll come back
yes.
to Augustina.
Okay. So, money,
Mm-hmm.
the white collar jobs, and okay. So many, will I say, I think many people in the diaspora, when I look at it, they want to fulfill, they want to
Mm-hmm.
pursue their purpose. But sometimes I think the money it's also more tempting. And
Oh, okay.
example, in America, you you earn a lot than you earn here in Germany. And for people in Germany, there are bills to pay, so many bills to pay. You have your, and if you are lucky and maybe you're working in the IT or maybe in the medical field, you're making money as well. And so you're having all this money coming in, you're able to pay your bills, you buy your car,
Yes.
you travel, okay, that's it. But when you ask yourself, are you really having the fulfillment? The
Yes, that's right.
fulfillment that you're saying, when I die tomorrow, yes, I know that I really, I made
Mm-hmm.
an impact, I made a legacy. And I think this is where people need to start thinking. Because,
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I sat down, I think some days back, and I talked about it. I said, something that many people don't know is when you decide to say, okay, I want to explore and I want to ignite that purpose in me, you begin to add value in people. And when you
Mm.
begin to add value in people, blessing, the
Yes.
world will look for you. And the money that
Mm-hmm.
you are looking for in
Will follow.
another strange field, you will begin to get it even from your purpose. And then you
Wow.
will realize that if I knew from day one, I wouldn't have neglected my purpose. So I think
Yes.
that it shouldn't just be about just chasing the white collar jobs and all. I think there should also be a balance. We're chasing because I will not advise anyone to quit their 9 to 5, or will I say is it 9 to 5 or
Yes.
8 to 4,
yeah,
nine
nine
to
to
five.
five
Nine to
or
five, 8 to 4, any of them.
It's a
or
fault.
whatever it is, while you are chasing that one, go back. And one thing, I'm a believer, and one thing I've been asking God all the time is, what is it? I think people should ask God, Father, give me a revelation. Who am I? What am I
I
supposed to do?
love that.
What
I
am I
love
supposed to
that.
do? Who am I? And then you begin to see some things in you. Because when you bring out gold from the water, it doesn't shine at the beginning. But then
Yes.
when it starts going through the fire,
It's
then you
fine.
see the refination. You begin to refine it, and then you really wow. And so that's it. So many people are there, they are sitting in front of their computers. Wow, I was paid 2005 euros this month. It's okay, I have about 1005
And
change.
life moves on.
Yes, yeah, it's okay. But you know that you are that person. Every time people come to you, they tell you, oh, I'm about to start this business. I need you to brainstorm with me. I just need your help. Just that little 5 minutes brainstorming. They take that talent you have and they go make millions. And you
That's
are here
right.
with the 1 5 and you think it's enough. Well, if you think it's enough, fine. But I'm on a journey to explore and find that gold.
Or
in me.
when we do the 5-minute brainstorming with you, we would definitely just have to add a little percentage to, when the
Exactly.
proceeds start coming in. Since I had to contribute, maybe you give me a 2%. Who knows?
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. So
Right. So, if you do not refine gold, even after you take it out of water, it can not sparkle.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful message I got there. All right. So we're speaking with very intelligible women here who constitute what they describe as the Assiduous women, and who will be proceeding to organize a conference later this month. So, all of you are Christians, very committed ones, of course. And I know anything you do, revolves around Christianity. Tell us about how African women who have migrated abroad, are coping with Christian life in the context of all these challenges we've mentioned.
Yes.
Augustina, can you go with that?
Yes. Yes.
I can see Quincy raising her hands.
No, she's happy. Like, go, go, go.
Well, we are Christians, yes, but Quincy Bell knows. She knows me very well. She knows from which angle I'm coming. I hate religion with passion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am ordained evangelist, but I hate religion with passion. Why? Because religion has damaged a lot of us Africans. Here, what we see is people who practice religion. They go to church on Sunday. They do the rituals. The rituals could be pay your tithe, pay your offering,
Sing and go back home.
pastors appreciation day, pastors birthday, pastors daughters day, birthday, pastors wives
Birthday.
giving. But my own idea of Christianity should be a place where women and men come together to equip each other. The Bible says iron sharpeneth iron.
Iron.
Not
So we're brother.
not a social club. Today people have misunderstood Christianity as social club where they just go to entertain themselves. So I don't see. I'm here in Italy for at least more than 20 years. I am not seeing women in Christianity. I only see women who on Sunday go to show their outfit, their latest outfit.
They're
I
practicing
see women
religiosity
after.
and not Christianity.
Thank you very much. To me, Christianity is spirituality. Christianity is knowing who I am, my relationship with my highest source, knowing that I am not just bone and flesh, but I am energy. I am spirit having human experience. I am God in small portion, mini portion of God. All of us are mini portion of God. It's like God is having a taste of life through us. That is my religion. That's my Christianity.
Yeah.
Christianity is spirituality. But what I see today is I don't even know which adjective to qualify it. And then you see women, you are laughing, but it hurts me. Quincy Ben knows me very well. I have
It's a
passion for this.
painful
It's
experience.
a painful, frankly speaking, because you see women who are failing in their relationships, in their marriage, they are failing. They are failing as mother at home to their children.
That's right.
Many women don't even know how to raise their children because the church don't teach them anything. The church don't teach them how to cultivate an intimacy with their husband, with their spouse.
Some of those topics
The
are
church
taboo topics, even in some churches. Like,
Oh
why
my
talk
God.
about intimacy with your husband in church when we're trying to be holy?
Thank you very much. But then there is no holiness without intimacy. You
Intimacy.
can't be holy. You can. It has to be balanced. You can't be
That's right.
holy in church and you're not holy in your bedroom. You can't be holy
Well,
just in the altar. You are not holy with your children, with the people you interact on a daily
mm-hmm,
basis at your workplace, at the
mm-hmm.
supermarket. You know, I don't see people wearing masks, pretending to be who they are not because they lack the foundation, they lack the truth.
Okay. And
There is
this is the
no,
challenge, the challenge we're seeing African women in the diaspora facing
thank you very
this,
much.
and even
Thank you very much.
not just African women though, but a good portion of the Christian community. It's
Thank
more of
you. Thank you.
religiosity most times and not really that intimacy with Abba Father in a way
Thank
that
you.
the Holy Spirit teaches you how to be balanced in every aspect of your life. All
And
right,
then the
before we get
problem,
to the pulpit,
okay. Exactly. Exactly.
I think we should calm down a little because we'll start prophesying very soon. Uh,
I wanted to say something. I think
yes, please.
Blessing, we're gonna fly you from the States. So you should join us at the Assiduous Women. I tell you, you
Ernest
are
is
an
waving.
Assiduous woman, and we can see how you
Please.
are releasing it from the inside, and just it's flowing.
Thank you. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready to come over. I'm ready to come over. Um, so
Yeah.
let's talk about the Assiduous Women International Conference. Since we have you on now, let's give the viewers and listeners the information that they need so they can make it to this event, so they can gather this information, they can be able to be equipped as we want them to be, and be able to deploy that which they have within them without limitations. So we have the first edition. This is the first edition.
Yes,
All right then. So how did this idea? Okay, I think we already spoke about that.
Sure.
We
yeah.
did speak about
Mm-hmm.
that. So I would love for us to diagnose, like, what would anyone who wants to come on this program be looking to get when they get to this program?
Actually, just like all the women they've spoken already, so you can see
Mm-hmm.
that we have diverse responses, diverse insights. This is actually what all our guests gonna be receiving. When you hear
Yes.
Dr. Esther speaks, she comes from a very different angle. When you hear
Mm.
Evangelist Gostina speaks, she comes from another rama. And when
Mm-hmm.
you hear Madame Ngassa as well, she comes from another area as well. And
Mm.
we have Mame Denta. She's
Mm-hmm.
actually the lady that Esther was talking about.
Okay.
She is just one wonderful and powerful woman here in Germany. She's
Yes.
also a God-fearing woman, and she's really going to be speaking on another angle as well. And we
Okay.
have Madame Christiane Tafu, who is also
Mm.
going to be sharing an amazing story. So I just want to tell our audience that, see, if you come to this conference, there's no way your life will be the same this year.
That's right.
There's no way you're not going to evolve. There's no way you're not going to break that limitation. There's no way
Mm.
you're not going to break that stronghold that has
Mm.
been keeping you bondage for years. Because believe me, these women coming to speak are not religious women.
That's right.
That's why I had to bring them for this first edition. I have known Dr. Esther for some time. She's a
Mm.
very God-fearing young woman. I tell you, she has also not only an author of about 8 books, not only
Yes.
what she's doing in her foundation, not only
Yeah.
empowering women and helping women back in Africa with her mom, but she has a platform where she teaches the word of God. So
That's right.
these
Wow.
women are equipped. I know Evangelist Augustina, like she is. I tell you, if this woman starts speaking right now, we're not going to leave this place. So
Mm.
I know that on the 17th and the 18th of this February, these 2 days gonna be power packed, full
Mm.
of wisdom, It's going to be full of great information. It's going to be full of prayers because we have one pastor, woman of God,
All
Pastor
right.
Shirley. She's going to be speaking, talking to women about their divine potentials. And
Mm-hmm.
we also have young gospel artists who are going to be singing. Their worship leaders. They're going to be taking us into the atmosphere of worship.
That's
So,
right.
in fact, please, if you are a woman and you are watching this broadcast, maybe you are not in Germany, you are in Europe, you are in Africa, France, you are in the US of A, you are in Australia. By
Mm-hmm.
God's grace, I believe we're going to broadcast this
Life.
program live.
Mhm.
So every
Mm.
woman in every angle going to receive their own share. I tell you.
Okay, that's good. Every woman will have their own way of benefiting from this conference. When you say you're going to be live, that means it's going to be a virtual, like on Zoom.
Yes, we will have Madame Ngassa. Madame Ngassa is actually going to be speaking on Zoom
Okay.
because
Okay.
she lives about 4 to 5 hours away from
Mhm.
Essen, where the conference
Okay.
is holding, and so she's going to be on Zoom. But the live I'm talking about is going to be live on Facebook, on our
Okay.
Mm.
page, Quincy
Okay.
Davis Ministries, and
Mhm.
also on our YouTube channel, which is Quincy Davis Ministries.
Mhm.
So we're going to see how possible we can be able to broadcast this live.
So
But then,
is it going to be like in person? Will you come together? Like,
yes, we are coming
oh,
together.
okay, perfect. In the hall.
Evangelist Augustina, she's flying from Italy,
Okay. All right.
and we are flying some other singers from Munchen.
Mhm.
Munchen is about 6 to 7 hours away from Essen,
Mhm.
Mm.
so it's really going to be physical.
All right. And those who will not be able to make it there can watch it on Facebook, right?
Exactly.
Perfect.
And if we say so, is there a fee to this conference?
There's actually no fee.
Okay.
It's free entry. So please feel free to come. We are not asking you to pay anything. These
Mhm.
women coming in to speak to us, they are so passionate about their calling, their
Mm-hmm.
purpose, their giftings, their talent, and they,
Mm.
they want to share it free. It's a first edition. So you
Mm.
better come. It's free. Maybe the next edition's not going to be free because
Mm.
I tell you,
That's
these
right.
women, they got knowledge, blessing. What I realize
Yes.
is that people don't value what they don't pay for, you know.
That's
And so
accurate.
Mhm.
sometimes we just allow some things to be paid, not because we actually need the money, because we
Mm.
want the people to actually
To know the
value what they
value
have
of it.
received,
Right.
you know.
Mm. That's right. I often say women are the salt of the earth.
Yes.
We are the salt of the earth. And for us
Es-
to actually manifest our saltiness, we need to be well shaped, groomed, and equipped with the right things. So I think I'll
yes.
just join my voice to say every woman who can make it, in fact, not who can, every woman should make it to either watching virtually or getting to this venue. It's on your screens right now, so that you can be part of this. We are the salt of the earth. You have been equipped to do quite a lot, right? And we are womb man, not just woman. I call us womb man. We birth life.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is why men are different from women. So it's a
Okay.
womb man, and we birth life. But you cannot birth the right seeds if you've not had the right seeds planted in you. And for it to grow, you need to be the right soil. So women out there, if you want to be the right soil, that's birthing the right seeds, then you want to definitely attend the Assiduous Women International Conference. Who knows? I might be the next speaker. You never know.
Hey,
Right.
come on.
Before
I
that
love
day.
that. I love that.
That conference
And
is coming up on February the 17th, 6
yes.
p.m. to 9 p.m. for day one. On day two, it will be 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. That's Germany time. And the address again is Karl Den Haus Straße. How do you call 11
Yes.
in German?
Yes. Karl Denkhausstraße Nummer 11,
Nummer Underchi.
Nummer 11. Sorry,
right.
number
Noelle.
F. I'm now speaking Italian. I have too many languages in my head already. So
Wonderful.
Calden House Prata, number F, that's 11.
Okay.
And
Right.
please let me say this quickly. If
Yes.
you are a woman and you are coming to this conference, you got to register. So
Okay.
we have a registration link already on my Facebook or our Facebook page, Quincy Davis Ministry. I post it almost every day.
Mhm.
You click on the link, it's going to take you on our website, and there you will see Assiduous Woman. So you register. I am registering for the Assiduous Women International Conference.
Okay.
All right. So, like I said, day 1, 3 hours 6 to 9. Day 2, 4 hours 5:30 to 9:30. Under the theme, women wake up, break limitations, do exploit and evolve. And
Evolve.
it's inspired from
Isaiah
Isaiah 43,
43, verse
19.
19.
Let's find out what their expectations are as far as this conference is concerned. Noella, what are you expecting from this conference where you will be one of the speakers?
Merci pour, merci pour la question et tout. Bon, ce que moi j'attends de cette conférence, j'attends juste qu'une seule femme, je dis bien une seule femme, se lève, qu'une seule femme réalise qu'elle a du
Mm.
potentiel à l'intérieur d'elle, que cette nation l'attend. Qu'une seule femme réalise qu'elle a assez dormi, qu'il est temps pour elle de sortir de son sommeil et de se
Mhm.
mettre, c'est-à-dire de devenir visible. Et c'est pourquoi je vais parler du style ce soir. C'est-à-dire, je veux dire à une maman ou une dame qui m'écoute, ne rate pas ce rendez-vous. Parce que ce que je vais partager avec toi, c'est une histoire que tu ne vas jamais oublier. Le Seigneur a utilisé le style pour me guérir. Je suis
Yeah.
maman de 4 enfants. J'étais à terre dans ma maison. Mais les gens me voyaient, se disaient, mais elle rayonne, mais j'étais à terre. I was broken, comme on dit en anglais là, quoi. Donc, il a utilisé le conseil en image pour me relever, pour me faire reprendre confiance en moi-même, pour apprendre à m'aimer moi-même. Et j'ai dit toujours, c'est la clé de toutes choses. Si tu ne t'acceptes pas tel que tu es, si tu ne t'aimes pas tel que tu es, et si tu ne deviens pas visible dans cette nation, rien ne va se passer. Et la première, ta clé que tu as besoin, c'est ton style. Parce que ton style, c'est ta communication non verbale. C'est-à-dire, tu n'as pas besoin de parler, mais on sait ce que tu es en train de transmettre comme message. C'est que je veux vraiment une armée de femmes dans cette nation, bien partout dans le monde entier, qui vont se lever, qui vont devenir
Yeah.
visibles, mais qui vont devenir également accessibles. Et ça, c'est vraiment ce que j'attends de cette conférence, vraiment, avec toutes les merveilleuses dames qui seront là. Je suis très contente. Et je pense qu'on va faire le bon travail, quoi. Super.
That's right. We're definitely not going to miss this one for no
Yeah.
reason. It is a must attend. It is not to come and it's not for someone to translate it to you or transmit the knowledge. It's for you to actually get it first hand. It's been
Yes.
really an interesting session. If we are not careful, we would have actually started the conference here already
I know.
because too
And
much
Ernest,
content.
I wanted to say something, please.
Yes,
The
please.
conference is not only about the Black women.
Of course.
It's an international conference. We have some Philippines ladies who are going to be there. We have Turkish ladies. We have Afghanistans. I have most of my colleagues I've invited. They are very interested to come. So maybe we have some white-skinned persons who are watching the broadcast right now, and maybe they are thinking it's just about black people conference or black women. Please, it's an international conference. It's not only for black women. It's not only for women in Germany. It's women
Yes.
in Europe, women in America, women, just
Asia.
like Madame Ngassa said, we are calling the women to wake up from their sleep, okay? Not to wake up to be arrogant to their husbands, for those who are married, not to wake up to be disrespectful to their
That's right.
husbands. We are not we are not empowering women to go and start becoming violent or becoming arrogant or going into competition with their husband. We are telling women they can wake up in the rightful way of submitting,
That's right.
to
Yeah.
break out from limitations, to come out from bondage, and to do exploit and evolve in a
That's right.
very humble way, in a very intelligent way and wise way.
That's why
So
it's assiduous.
we're gonna have we're gonna have German women as well.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Interesting.
So we are raising the Deborahs of our time,
Come on.
the Deborahs of our homes, the Deborahs at our work site, The Deborahs in
Yes,
our community, the
Yeah.
Deborahs in our churches. It's
yes,
just
yes.
arise, awake.
Yes, please. And I want to say something again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Evangelist Augustina, she just got promoted. Maybe she doesn't want me to say this. Okay.
Oh.
Please, you can bring her on the screen. She just got promoted
Congratulations.
as the first Black woman
Wow.
to work in the government of Italy. Please, ma'am, can
Woo!
you just
Wow.
That's
explain
a
it?
good
I can't
one.
Wow.
really,
We would
yes,
have
I
done
can't
drum
really,
roll for you.
please,
Wow.
maybe she can tell us. She just got promoted. I'm telling you, please go ahead.
Quincy, you will not kill me today.
Congratulations. We have seen the
Congratulations.
glory of God.
Come on, come on.
Congratulations. He has done it for you. And we
Yes,
have
Amen.
come back
Yes,
with a new
Quincy.
it's
song
a
to
new
sing.
song to
God is
say.
good.
God is good.
Congratulations.
Please, please.
Thank you so
Bravo.
much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate. Quincy, please, this is not about me, and you know me very well. I thank you so much for bringing it up. I appreciate so much. But I want to say something, if you don't mind,
Mhm.
We
about
don't.
my expectation
Yes,
on
please.
Okay.
this coming event. Not me,
Yes.
not to talk about me. Hai
Yes.
capito?
No, I wanted you,
Please.
sharing that testimony is inspiring many women, but it's okay. I know you you wouldn't like to say
Yeah,
it.
we get it. We
I
celebrate it and
expect,
we are happy about
I,
it. What are your expectations, ma'am?
Please.
my expectation is not just for married women to learn
Yes.
how to, be submissive in the right way with the right mindset and everything. But I also expect the single ladies. When I say
Mm-hmm.
single
Yes.
ladies, I include also single moms because we have single moms. We have
Mm-hmm.
those who are single but that they are not yet married. So we have these singles that might be watching us. They could
Mm-hmm.
learn from those that are married, and I want to see a group of women who will come together to learn how to heal themselves first. You can never give
Mm,
what you don't have.
that's
You
right.
can't give what
Yeah.
you don't have.
You don't have.
Healing starts with us. Change
Mm,
starts with us. Transformation starts with us.
mm.
They
Yes.
say charity
That's right.
starts at home. Charity begins at home. So my expectation is to see these women that will come that day, both singles and married, heal from within,
Mm-hmm.
evolve, learn how to manage themselves. When you can manage yourself as a woman, then you extend that to your home, manage your
Mm.
relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your parents, and then with your friends, your colleagues. Now we are building community of healed women.
That's
Yes.
beautiful. That's
That
beautiful.
is when you can then think of empowering others. You go to
Mhm.
Yes.
empower. I want them to come that day to have tools to work on
Mm-hmm.
themselves first, heal from disappointments, heal from rejection.
Thank you.
Many
Thank you.
women
That's really
come from a
powerful.
lot. Exactly,
Mm,
we are having a baggages of things we don't even know. So
mm.
Yes.
let there be healing first. Let there be
Thank
healing,
you.
healing
Thank you.
from frustration, from
From everything
disappointment,
that is
from
holding
hurt,
us
from
back.
pain. A lot of things that are holding us back. Then discover who we are
Thank
as a
you.
woman. Who am
Thank
I?
you
When I
very
look
much.
myself in the
Thank you.
mirror, who am I? What am
Yes.
I to? I'm here. I'm here
Okay,
on purpose.
Evangelist, I think you are gradually getting to the pulpit. So let's pipe it down a little and pour some cold water there before we start prophesying. Okay. I think we get it. What you're trying to say is if you're hurt, you may end up hurting people because hurt people
Then
hurt people.
Hurt
you end
We
people.
up
need to
bleeding.
heal
You end up bleeding on people who never
on
hurt
people.
you, who never hurt you. Bleed on others.
That's right.
So we have to
That's right.
be an instrument, help other women heal, but also we heal ourselves. We forgive
Thank
ourselves.
you
Many of us
very
have not forgiven
much.
ourselves. Many of us
Thank
are
you, ma'am.
still carrying
Okay.
bitterness.
Okay. The fire is up. The fire is up. The conference has started. I hope the viewers and listeners are getting this fire branded message coming already. That is just to tell you, you don't want to miss this one. You don't want to miss it. And I hope we'll be having single women talking too, so that we have
Yes.
single women who can also learn from those who are not married and all, but are also manifesting their God-given potentials and
Thank you.
impacting their communities. Thank you very much, ma'am.
We have just negotiated the last
You're
end
welcome.
of this radio conversation. We are gradually but steadily moving to the end of the show. We'll just have the last word from Esther, and we'll definitely be bidding bye to our listeners and our guests. So, Esther, what are you expecting from this conference?
Um, I'm just expecting that the women will come with a different lens, that they will come saying, I want to change my pattern. I want to drop down the negative patterns and pick up a new one that will
Mm.
lead me to transformation. That's what I'm expecting.
I want to change my pattern. That's a nice one there. Well, I want to thank all of you for showing up and throwing more light on this wonderful initiative.
Yes,
We can't ever get tired of learning, because this is also about learning.
of course.
There will be a lot of learning
Learning
happening
and
there.
sharing.
Well, maybe Quincy should just come back and reiterate or remind us of the date of this conference, the venue, the time, and if there are any
Where
contacts.
registrations can be done, contacts and all.
Yep.
Yes, you can get to register yourself, like I said earlier, on the link. We have a link on our page, Quincy Davis Ministries. Please go
Okay.
on that page. Or maybe I'm going to drop the link on this Facebook Live for those who are
Right.
watching.
Mhm.
And then you are able to click on the link. It's going to take you on our website. There you will find a section of the Assiduous Women. You just click, I am registering for the Assiduous Women International Conference. And of course, the conference is for 2 days, the 17th of February and the 18th of February. The 17th, we are starting off from 6 p.m. and the 18th from 5:30 p.m. Please
Okay.
come in your numbers. Like Dr. Esther said, come, to unlearn what you know so that you can learn new things. So come with an open spirit, come with an open heart. These women are loaded and they are ready to really bless us. They are ready to share out their experience, to give us what they have in them. So
Okay.
it's gonna be here in Essen, like we all know. Essen at Kaldenkhaus Strasse, number 11, Kaldenkhaus Strasse, number 11. For those who are around the city of Essen, we know that we can get our tram from the Essen Hauptbahnhof. You just take tram number U11, U17, and it's going to drop you at Kaldenkhaus or Karlstrasse. There you find the hall just beside Ali Center. So it's very easy to find. Please come in your numbers and you're going to be blessed.
Come in
Thank
your
you very
numbers
much.
and you will definitely be blessed.
Exactly. So as you come in your numbers, ready to learn, unlearn, and relearn, you are definitely going to be blessed, as we have heard. But they can only be able to manifest their power if they are well nurtured, harnessed, and deployed. So you who's out there will want to be part of this particular conference, and make sure to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a neighbor to be part of this. It has been a great one, and we're drawing the curtains on this particular edition. We thank Quincy Bell for being with us. Thank you, Esther Sammson, for being with us. Thank you, Evangelist Augustina, for being with us. Thank you, Madame Ngassa Noelle, for being with us.
And we had scores of people out there following the program as well. We just want to appreciate
Yes.
Ibis, who was watching us live on Facebook, Marianne Kims. Thank you so much. Then you were also around to listen to the ladies, Abyss Osifo. Thank you so much for your time. Then to you, Rosette Chi Chui, we want to say thank you so much. Then thank you as well, Donahe. All right, so Donahe was following us as well. And to our scores of listeners who were with us through apex1radio.com, the ones who were listening through the tuning app, the ones who were on Radio Garden, we want to say thank you for your fervent listenership and, of course, your time. And That's how we're putting a full stop to this edition of the program. We wish you the best, ladies, on your conference. We'll definitely come back to make an evaluation when.
That's right. That's right. And remember, there was a plea. We're going to have Ernest make sure that I am shipped or flown to Germany because I have to.
Oh, please, before we go, I just want to thank Ernest and thank you so much. You're a big brother, and thank you for always supporting Quincy. For many years now, I've known you. I also want to thank Blessing. Blessing, thank you so much. You're an assiduous woman. Thank you for hosting us. Listen, we're going to bring you over here in Germany for our next editions.
Okay.
And I also want to thank my guest, Evangelist Augustina. Thank you so much. Ernest, it has not been easy to put these women together on this platform. These are women who are very busy. I tell you, their schedule so tight. Thank you, Madame Ngassa. Thank you, Dr. Esther. I really appreciate you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I look forward to the next edition.
All right. You have a fantastic rest of the day. Maxwell Adin was our producer in Varsut, Germany. And in the studio were two of us. There was Blessing and, of course,
Ernest Kanjo.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.